Okay, so I'm now out of the hospital, and there's a bunch of fucky shit that happened that I didn't mention. I think I'll just leave it out. And seizure disorder is fully back. It's back into 2013, and ironically, I feel kind of comforted because before it happened, the seizures weren't coming back. I fucking stopped having the migraines finally leading up to this incident. And I don't know, it was odd. It was kind of like, fuck, man. Things kept getting better, but fuck, man. you know? So the seizure, migraine, fully back. Like, I had to start taking the full dose again. But I knew how to get it all under control. So it got placed under control pretty quickly. That's kind of depressing too. Like, nobody showed me or told me how to do this shit. Like, but things are getting better. My fucking living situation, I had to move because this stress thing. I need to start taking care of the stress. And it was winter. I had to go see my psychiatrist. I didn't want to go by the bus because, I just went through all this shit. I'm trying to take care of myself. I don't want to take a bus for fucking 2 hours to go talk to my psychiatrist about this shit. So whatever, we get it on the phone, and he starts the conversation pretty pleasantly, and I'm like, yeah, and he starts talking about, oh, yes, and you spoke to my colleagues down there. And yeah, it was actually pretty good. The conversation started off kind of sketchy, but, I think I got it straightened out, They listened, and we fucking did our thing where they debated, and I provided all my fucking proofs and provided them opportunity to fucking debate and all this shit. So I was pretty positive about the conversation that I'd had with his colleagues, the psychiatrists at the HSC. But then the conversation got really fucking serious. Jaw, why have you not been taking your seizure medication? The conversation was over. What the fuck are you saying? Like, I just fucking, like, all my positive vibes just left. Like, I had to stop myself from yelling at him. I think I kind of did. Like, in the end, I just had to say, this conversation is fucking over. Like, I went over the things that happened. I fucking all the little details that I was keeping in the background because I was trying to stay positive. Maybe this was a fucking mistake. Just flew out the fucking door. Like, now I know for fucking sure that this was just some kind of big fucked up thing that happened because they thought they could get away with it, just like every other fucking thing that happens. And my treatment has only gotten worse as my CAS level dropped. Like, HSC is where I had the arm thing, and at least at that point, you're a drug addict, get the fuck out of here. And then I could fucking argue, and then I get the treatment right away. But like, as a welfare person, like, for fuck's sakes, like, are you fucking serious? Like, I am by nature a fucking liar. Nothing I say is going to be taken into consideration. And fucking, it was a seizure that brought me there. And the whole time, like, why are you so, like, upset, Jaw? And like, You guys know why I'm upset. Your fucking doctor fucked me over, and I've been spent the past 10 fucking years doing all this shit, and fucking now I'm here on fucking welfare, and you're fucking trying to fucking turn it into something that it isn't. Like, you guys are at fault for this shit. So yeah, that was my conversation with my psychiatrist. I was done. I need to find a new place to live. Found a new place to live, and I started feeling like really good. Like, I feeling fucking normal. No, I fucking hate where I am. I'm learning that I've got to learn how to be a fucking lawyer to get past this, and it's impossible. I'm not going to list the fucking details, but you know, my seizures are back. I've got them under control. It's perfect. So I'm starting to go out and live a little bit, and that was a huge mistake. I should have gone with the plan that I developed in 2013. Stay by myself and just like ease myself back into life. Like, let my nervous system get reaccustomed to not freaking the fuck out over like fucking having to go to the store. But instead, I went and I went out and fucking ended up having a simple seizure and woke up in the hospital again. And yeah, fuck. But since what had happened in December happened, I had taken really serious action. I rattled a lot of cages, and I fucking made it clear that if they fucked up again, it was gonna really, really hurt them. All this, like this, it's all written down in detail. It's on paper, on a fucking solid state, all the names, like in, and I say detail, in detail. I recorded all this as it was happening because my gut was telling me that this isn't working out. So, yeah, now I'm facing this. My life is totally fucking ruined. I gotta fucking manage this seizure disorder. Like, I have no fucking patience for these people, this place, and not one of them can stand up to try and justify my having any energy to fucking offer toward humoring what goes on in this fucking Winnipeg place. At this point, it's ugh. Yeah, so now I'm fucking following the plan that I developed myself while at work to keep my seizures under control, and I'm gonna have to take the health authority and fucking doctors and shit and fucking individual nurses and shit to fucking court to try and fucking recoup everything that I fucking lost over this past decade to this fucking catastrophe. So yeah, seizure, migraine, that was my fucking experience, and it's still going. All I can say is if you don't have a doctor, fuck man, learn everything you can. Learn everything you can. Know you're right. Do not ever delude yourself. And if you can't, take your fucking pills, man. Take your fucking pills. Seizures are no fucking joke. And it appears not even the top doctor in my fucking province knows anything about them. So, yeah, learn everything you can. Fuck. Peace out, tubes.